Well, I really need to make this video anyway because I gotta send it to a TV show. Hope it's long enough. But Jawanza Smith, I'm 44 years old. I'll be 45 years old this year. I was born in 1973, July 4th. So I was adopted at birth. I was put up for adoption at birth. The birth record said my mother didn't even want to hold me because she didn't want to get attached. At the age of 10 months old, I was adopted into this family by Thomas and Betsy Smith. My earliest memory of that family, I can remember being maybe 12 months old, and I can remember rearing back in my mother's arms. And I can remember her saying, "You better stop, you better stop." And I remember my daddy saying, "If he do it again, drop him." And I did it again, and she dropped me on my head. That was my earliest memory. After that one, I can remember being 4 years old. At the age of 4, I can remember being 3. And at the age of 3, they told me for my 4th birthday, they was gonna take me to this place, and I was gonna get some gold. They ended up taking me to a theme park. Man, I was 4 years old, and we lived in Verona, one of the most racist parts of America there is. This was back when cowboys toted guns and killed people. I was 4 years old. They took me to the park. You get on this ride, they give you the gold, and when you're getting off the ride, 3 white people come and say, "Who stole my gold?" And they got real guns, and they rob you. This was traumatic to me, a 4-year-old. If they had done that today, they'd be in prison. I cried. My daddy whooped my ass and told me I was weak. That was when I was 4. When I turned 5, I started noticing I was creative. I started hand making my mother cards, and they're very traditional family. So, on holidays everybody gets the mother and father and all them shit's cards. Well, I used to hand make her cards, and everybody else would go buy their cards, so we would put the cards on the ledge. In the morning, they have very traditional. They have breakfast and shit. You look on the coffee table with the cards that everybody else's cards would be up there, and mine wouldn't be up there. And when I asked her where my cards would be, she would say, "I don't know." And I look in the trash. My cards were in the trash. They used to always tell me, we didn't adopt you to be creative. We adopted you to be like us. That was at 5. I found out I was adopted at the age of 5. One day, me and my sister, their daughter, friends, we in the house, and one of my sister friends said, "Injure, she said, no, Injure, give me something to drink." And she very nasty, very, very nasty, just like they are. She, "Get it yourself." And so the girl said, when you're the youngest sibling, you're like the slave. They say, "Well, tell your brother to get it for us." She looked at me. I'm 5. She's 7. She looked at me and said, "That nigga ain't my brother. That nigga adopted." So I run down the stairs, asked my dad. I was like, "Man, Jerry said I'm adopted, man, adopted." And he said, "Yeah," and whooped my ass and told me, don't you ever fucking ask about your mama again. From that point on, I really wanted to know about my parents, my original birth parents. So I used to always ask them. They always treated me like shit. Anytime that shit came up, they treated me bad. I'd be like, if y'all gonna be this nasty, why the fuck y'all just won't send me back to where I come from? And they would treat me nastier and nastier. So it got to the point where they were like, "You know what? When you turn 18, we're gonna tell you who your birth mother is." Long story short, went through all that shit. My dad was the type of person, when I played sports, that's why I quit sports, because he used to come to the games and yell and scream, "Get in there, do this." You can't play under that kind of pressure. That's the type of individual he is. Like, he's, controlling, very nasty, very degrading. Like, there's no love in that house. That's why I don't believe in Christianity. I've never seen love in that family at all. Well, anyway, so when I turned 18, my 18th birthday, I'm like, "Well, shit, I'm gonna find out who my mama is, whatever. I go to them, was like, "All right, so I'm 18 now. Y'all gonna tell me about my mama?" They came up with some lab, or they lost the paperwork and all this shit. That was the first time I tried heroin. I went on to be a heroin addict for 18 years. But that was in 91. So in 94, my daughter was born. Um, my daughter was born, her spine was crooked. So the doctors used to always be like, and I got scoliosis, my back crooked. But she had a rare worse form. So the doctors used to always say, well, we want to do genetic testing, and they did the genetic testing on me and my daughter's mother, and it was like, well, the trait doesn't come from her. The trait comes from me, but it comes from a woman. And in order for them to really see what their trait was, they needed to get my, birth records. My adopted parents told them they ain't have no birth records and all this shit. To make a long story short, by the time my daughter got 12, she had to wear a back brace. And, they didn't know how bad, severe the scoliosis is, because there's all different kinds of scoliosis. So, she had to wear a back brace. Back brace is not fashionable to somebody in middle school. So she didn't wear the back brace. So the doctor kept saying how bad it was, how much they needed to do genetic testing. Mind you, I have been asking them all my life about my birth record. They kept saying no, they ain't having whatever. So I asked my adopted mother and dad, I said, would you allow my daughter to die just not to tell me who I am? And they said yes. By the time my daughter got 15, her spine was so crooked from, scoliosis, she had to get cut from the top of her neck all the way down to her ass crack. Her back opened up. Her spine knocked in place with a mallet and like 8 titanium screws in her spine just to live. And they wouldn't tell me who I am. Every time I ask them, they get nasty, and they just, like brutally nasty people. So that happened. I was a heroin addict for 20 years, 18 years, from 1991 to 2008. Been in all kinds of shit, and they took me to a therapist one time, and they asked the therapist, oh, what's wrong with him? And the therapist says, nothing wrong with him. Something wrong with y'all. And therapist don't know what the fuck he talking about. They them type of people, like very controlling. They don't deal with anybody that has more money than them. They control everybody with money and fear and disrespect and disregard and hatred and evil. Like I don't see any love in that family. So they used to always be like, you need to get a job, whatever. But I was always creative. My adopted mama, she used to sew clothes, and she make quilts and blankets now, and she always tell me, we didn't adopt you to make clothes. We didn't adopt you to make movies. Well, anyway, I stopped sniffing heroin in 2008. Since 2008, my first movie I dropped in 2008. Yes, We Can Recover. DVD. It's a documentary on the effects of drugs and alcohol. Since then, I have 7 movies out. I got 10 in that bag right there. I got about 400 movies on film. I have 20,000 YouTube videos I've handmade, 60,000 clothing items. I've fed about 61 to 62,000 people globally. I have global holidays. I'm always written about, but things never went but so far with me because I don't have a family. Like, everybody that knows me, like these people that adopted me and their relatives, it's all don't help him, make him get a real job. They don't understand this real work. There is no love in Richmond, especially amongst black people. I got this type of moment where it just happened like the other day. I went down there and was like, yeah, it's cold outside, because the heat in my van ain't work. I was like, it's cold outside. I just want to stay in here, warm my hands up. My dad would say, shit, it ain't that cold out there. It's 21 degrees out. 21 degrees ain't that cold. But nigga, you in here with the heat on. I said, well, why the dude upstairs ain't put the window in? He said he ain't put the window in because it's too cold. So it's too cold for him to work. But y'all expect me to be outside work, and it's freezing. That's just the kind of conditions. I've never seen love. Like, put it this way. My daughter, mama, would have card games where she invited all her girlfriends. She'll cook for 2 days. Meatballs, crab meat, nice shit. 2 days, cook that shit for 2 days just to prepare the meal for them. I help her put the tables out and all that shit. Um, Clean up and all that, right? Help her with all that. She'll do all that for them. But if I stop by there tomorrow and tell them I'm starving and I want can I have a bologna sandwich? They'll tell me no. They them type of people. There is no acts of kindness and love. Like if they give you something, if I go down there and say, man, I'm broke, if they give me money, it's gonna come with a lot of negativity behind it, like harsh, vicious negativity. It's no love. Like take this money. Like you go down there and say I go there. Like when I had need to get my license, I said, well, I need $3,000. They give me 300. We don't care how you get it. Get it on your own. They them type. But everybody else they look out for. Like the grandkids, sister, whatever they ask for, they get them the full amount. If I needed 10,000, say I go down there and say I need 10,000, they'll give me 400. This just been very nasty, and I've superseded expectation. Like I've broken world records, literally, but none of that stuff amounts to these people. Like these people's minds are so small and it's so filled with hatred and control. They won't support anything that they don't understand, or they won't support anything that they can't do. I remember I invented my first product at the age of 8 years old. I invented dog weights, and I got my own stamp, my own envelope, and sent it to the invention people, and they said put up $2,500, and they was gonna give me a patent. I told my daddy that. He told me. He said, he laughed. He said, he think he gonna take the easy way out. Oh no, you gonna suffer for your money right here. You can take no easy way out right here. You invent no product. Take the you gonna suffer around here. He one of them type of motherfuckers. Like, like my daughter be in the newspaper a lot. They be like, oh, money. Nobody makes the newspaper more than me. Now my nephew, he doing his thing with the camera and shit. Taking pictures. Man, none of them have ever. You can put all them family members together and multiply them times 80. And none of them have taken more pictures than me. He's never said, you know what, I'm proud of you, or you did a good job. Everything is negative. Just like the other day. Oh, I'm shoveling snow. He's like, it ain't that much snow out there. Nigga, why you ain't out there shoveling? He's one of those, like, nothing is negative. I mean, nothing is positive in that, like the houses. I think that's why people stay so sick in that motherfucker, because there's nothing happy in there. There's no music. He downstairs, she upstairs, and either which way you go, you can hear some negative bullshit. They the type of people like that. They got 2 refrigerators in that motherfucker full of food, and they ain't eating nothing but soup. And if I go over there and say I'm hungry, they won't let me eat shit. Even the shit that's bad, they be like, even if it's in there as bad, you can't have it. And everybody always asks me, why would they adopt you and treat you like that? That's just how it is when you adopt it. For me, anyway. I got videos on YouTube where my mama goes out of town and buy shit. She be like, yeah, we buying this for the family. She'll come back. But it's supposed to be 4 of us. She only had 3 or something. One for her daughter, and my dad. And they always forgive me. They always have family dinners and forgive me. You know what I'm saying? And they family, they control them. They be like, no, don't buy nothing for him. Don't support him. And nobody ever did. I got a video on here. Me speaking at a family reunion. They're not supportive people. And I never knew what evil family was until I was around a good family. Like May, my sister's husband, they have a good family. They have a supportive family. They truly have a loving family. Like his mother will get on his page and say, son, I love you. Son, I believe in you. You know what I mean? Never heard that. Never heard her say she loved me. Never heard her say she believed me. But I've heard her say, get out. You can't stay here. We ain't got shit for you to eat. And I think that's what I always yearned for, was love. And now they turn that attitude on my daughter. Turned her the same way they are, evil and hateful, and My daughter called down there. All her and my daddy do was talk negative about me behind my back. And I don't understand that mentality or behavior. I mean, how could you live like that? Man, that has to be a horrible life, man. You just wake up and your whole day is consumed with being mad, angry, deceitful, lying, and cunning and baffling. I remember doing all that shit I did for my Aunt Emma, man. Like, they told me I stole from her. How could I steal anything? Keith stole everything she had. Keith stole the lady house. The lady ain't paid no rent, no mortgage, or nothing. Had 2 houses free and clear. Keith gonna steal the 2 houses from the lady and make her pay $900 a month to live in her own house. And nobody said a word to this nigga. That's how evil that fucking family are. This nigga made $200,000 off that lady 2 houses, and then charged her $900 to live in her own fucking house. And I kept telling everybody, Emma's sick, Emma's sick. I got proof. I can show you all the videos. Anything I'm telling you, I can show it. Emma got sick. I was over there working. Matter of fact, I was driving 180 miles to come down here. Emma was paying me $100, sometimes $200 a week. I was living in Northern Virginia. I was driving 86 miles one way down here, right? And 86 miles back. And she won't pay me but $200 a week. And they tell me I'm stealing from her. I'm driving 100. This one gas was damn near $5 a gallon. And I had to see this lady in her 70s, and I had to see her naked, wipe her ass, and catch squirrels and birds and raccoons and shit all in her house. And they say I was stealing from her. And I kept telling them, well, Emma gonna get sick. I'm gonna get real sick, and y'all gotta take care of her. Y'all gonna know I won't lie. Emma ain't sick. Don't nobody believe that shit you talking. You just saying it because you want attention. By the time Emma fell the fuck out, she only had a year to live. They told me, they made this shit up. I said, well, Emma won't sick. Why is she so sick now? They said the pills the doctor is giving Emma are making her sicker. I said, so you saying the doctor is assisting in her death? Yeah. See, they will never. These people, you can't see God in them because God is love. God is compassion. God is empathy and sympathy and caring and considering it. Man, you got shit you use it to feed people. These people use their shit to demean people. Yeah, we got this and you ain't got that. Yeah, we got food, but nigga, we ain't gonna feed you. Watch us eat. Or you either eat this shit we eat, but we got all this other food for nothing. It's for show. It's for everybody else to come get. But we adopted you so you can see food like this and you can't have none. That's their mentality. My sister. Find your mama yourself. Now, here's the irony when they say that. All them years they lied to me about my birth mother. My adopted mama, my adopted sister, and my adopted daddy. If it wasn't for genetics, all 3 of them motherfuckers be dead. Because my adopted mama had breast cancer and some more shit. And all that shit, they knew was coming down, the bloodline. Because her mama had it. And that's how my sister got it checked when she had Navante. Because she knew her mama had it. You know what I'm saying? And my daddy, he got diabetes and all kinds of other shit. He knew that because his mama had it. Now, they were afforded the opportunity to prepare for all that. But they say, I don't need to know it. I don't need to know mine. That's how I grew up. I didn't grow up like with loving, caring, considerate people. Like, you know what? Maybe he will succeed at doing this. It's no, you ain't gonna do that. You gonna do it my way, or you gonna suffer. We don't do that around here. Everything is slave-minded, negative hatred, man. Like, that's Richmond. I mean, everything is hatred. Like, there is no love in this city. That's why I will never be a Christian. How could you go to church, say hallelujah to God and all that, come home and say, my kid can't have nothing to eat on my refrigerator? Not the nigga that was born here. The nigga we went and got. He ain't asked to be here. And then we held back the information where he could have went somewhere else. They always told me, get the fuck out, because they know I ain't had nowhere to go. The only reason I ain't prospered to my maximum potential yet, because I ain't got no support. I got all the products in the world. Money bags, raw squirrel clothing, small mouse pet clothing. I got everything. Only thing I ain't had is support. And I put up my own money. I mean, you need to get you a real job. I got a construction company. Well, why you ain't at work? It's 20 fucking degrees outside. The dude that just told you he can't put your window in, that you paying, he said he can't work in this cold. How the fuck you expect me to go out there and work? But that's the mentality. Like, anything evil, bro, is content with them doing that shit to me. And I don't do it back. And then they tell so many lies, man. You know, they'll tell me, Kingwanzas said this. I would tell my mama like this. If you were, she could tell somebody I said some lie. But I tell her like this. How can you go to church, sit in there, observe the word, got common sense, and then come home and treat your son like this? How? Why do you think I want to know somebody else besides y'all? Because y'all treat me like shit. If this family was loving, I would have never looked for my family. This family ain't shit, bro. What more y'all gonna do to me? Emma gave me, my aunt, when she was sick, I took care of her for 10 years. 10. She said, Kingwanzas, everything in the house is mine. I mean, it's yours when I leave this house. I told my mama that. My mama heard her. Don't you know when Emma got sick, instead of giving me what I had worked for, she paid her grandsons and her nephew to throw the shit away. Yes, bro. The shit I worked for. I was the one over there cutting grass, cutting up tree limbs. Man, I cut down trees in the yard. And her nephew, the one that owned the house, he agreed to pay me. I cut down a tree in the yard. That nigga ain't even fucking pay me. They told me stop worrying him. Man, you, when I threw the last log out the yard, I pulled a muscle on my back. I got a $1,500 medical bill from VCU. And this nigga ain't pay me for work I did. Don't you know they told me leave him alone? The same nigga that stole her 2 houses. That's how that family is. That's how I felt being adopted in that family. And I always mind my own business. Like when we have family gatherings or whatever, I'm somewhere making clothes. And, why you still making them damn dumbass clothes? But it's just me. Why the fuck do you care? I ain't asked you to buy no thread, no nothing. Why the fuck do you care? You that fucking controller? Don't nobody around here support that. I'm gonna make sure nobody around here gonna support that. That's how evil these people is. That's why my ambition the way it is, bro. Ain't no way I'm gonna let the enemy win. That shit ain't God. I don't care what they say, bro. That shit ain't God. Fuck this God. You gonna adopt a motherfucker. And then hate on them. Get them robbed. My dad beat me up at school and he still talk greasy to a nigga. When I go down there, that's, bruh, ain't none of that shit God. I don't even know why they go to church. Church to most black people is a symbolic thing. Like that's what you do on Sundays. You get up and go to church. But they don't have I don't see no God in them. I mean, you can be in church all fucking day long. If you come up, but what are you accomplishing going to church all day and giving all your money? But you ain't shit. You treat your family like shit. You treat your son like shit, and you know right from wrong. You sit and tell lie after lie after lie after lie. But as long as you continue to tell a lie, you got somebody to agree with the lie, you content with that. But what they got to do with you and God? Why would you think anybody would want to serve your God and you act like that? Why? People like, man, why you don't go to church? With them? Are you fucking kidding me? That mean I got to act like them? Or I got to sit amongst them knowing how they act? Ain't no way in the world. I take my chances on my own. There's no way I could act hateful like that. There's no way when I know the right thing to do. You ain't supposed to hate nobody. If somebody needs some information, man, if right now, if one of their grandkids got sick and the doctor said, well, we need to know who your mama's mama, they going to get that information ASAP. If one of them little niggas get sick and he said, we need to know who such and such the great granddaddy is, or you know his chances don't look good, they're going to get that information. But for me and my daughter, I don't give a fuck. I don't need to know my health information. That shit ain't. It's important to their lives, but it ain't important to mine. That's how I grew up, and still I rise. And it's hard to be around me. It's hard to even think about shit like that, being me. Imagine living with that type of shit. And then by the time they do give me the information on my mama, when I go do research and find out who she is, she had been dead for 2 years. They don't give a fuck. They have no hearts. None. And none of these niggas in Verona or Richmond got heart. Everybody was like, man, you wrong. For even wanting to know who your people is, you should have been grateful they adopted you. What them adopting me got to do with me knowing who the fuck I am? Knowing where I come from, know where roots I come from. Why you think people go on Ancestry.com? Why you think them sites booming? Are all them people, are they traitors to their parents or whoever? No, these are just colonialized, indoctrinated, selfish, sociopathic, egotistical. Bro, these people are for self. Mama told me, well, I want you to do this. I said, how fair is it for me for you to live 100% of your life and then live 50% of mine? I'm not here to live how the fuck you feel. When it's time for me to make a decision, you're not there. Or you're not going to fucking answer the phone. So how the fuck can I make my decisions based on how you feel when I can't even communicate with you? Now, and let alone, this is my life. When you leave here, or whatever you do, even the way you talk to me, you won't talk to me with respect. You won't even give me that much respect. But you want me to think and act like you or of you. I'm miserable when I hear you talk because you talk to me so negatively. So why would I want to remind myself of you by doing what you do when I know I don't even like the way you talk to me? Why would I? I want to do anything far away from what you think because I really don't want to think about you because you're so you're not the type of person that said, I really wonder what my mother is doing. I know what she's doing. She probably thinking of some nasty shit to say, or she probably saying some nasty shit about me, or thinking about a way to be negative or angry or hateful to me. All because I want to be me, not because I'm doing anything to her. It's just because I want to be me. I'm not being them, so they are angry. It's not like I'm robbing this. They can't say I'm robbing and stealing or sniffing dope or none of that shit. You know why everybody's mad? Because I'm being me. I'm not hurting them. And it has distanced my relationship. Let me tell you what my dad just told me not too long ago, about 2 weeks ago. I said, well, man, I'm 44 years old now. Me and my daughter have, fucked up relationship since me and her mama got divorced when she was 10, I think. And, the relationship just been strained, with him in the middle. And my daughter, when your kids don't need you and can go straight to their grandparents, they're going to treat you worse than the grandparents treat you. You know what I mean? So he allows her to disrespect me and talk. That's how negative he is. He allows her to disrespect me and talk negative to him about me and tell all kinds of lies and shit. But I told him I was there about 2 weeks ago. This is how ignorant these people are. I said, I really like to have a relationship with my daughter because, I'm getting old and shit now. And, we're family. This is the only blood relative I got. You know what he said? You 44 years old right now. You don't need to be worrying about your daughter. She's 22. You don't need to be no friends with your daughter no 22 years old. That shit don't even make sense. You 44 years old. You need to stop worrying about your mama. You need to stop worrying about your family. You need to stop worrying about your daughter and get yourself together. I said, that's odd because all of y'all have families. You got a family. This is not a family. Families do not act like this. They think family is about hating everybody, talking about everybody. Everything is negative. Everybody's against everybody. He used to bring my enemies in his house. It was just happened. A few years ago when I was there, me and the dude who owned the barbershop, I was up there washing cars. So they patted stealing the money and all this shit. So one day I watched this nigga truck. And man, them niggas won't give me $15 a car when I started up there. Man, I was getting $150 a truck when I ended. But here, this how the shit went. So them niggas did the petty shit, and they were like, we shut the car wash down. I went up there for 3 days, bro. They ain't even tell me that they shut it down. So the nigga on the barbershop, my daddy cool with this nigga. So Since when I worked up there, my dad never came up there, got his car washed or his haircut. So anyway, after I quit, I'm at the house. So I called dude, was like, look, man, I'm on wilderness. You know, I wash your boat. So he was like, oh, you wash my boat, I give you $150. And man, y'all won't drive it. The nigga park his boat in front of the house. I ain't driving. He called up the barber shop to my daddy friend and tell a nigga, yeah, my boat ran the street. The nigga said, man, you better go get your boat before it be missing. Man, you ain't even fucking driving. So the nigga come get his boat or whatever. So the nigga at the barber shop was gonna start telling everybody, yeah, Wanza told him, man, he was me. So the man took the boat to his house. I was like, nigga, the nigga that owned the barbershop on the street, you don't even fucking live around here. So how could I play like I'm you? Then, nigga, why the fuck? I gave the nigga the article. I gave that nigga this article right here. The nigga who boat I watched. I gave that nigga this article right here. So how the fuck am I trying to be you? This article right here. And I had the nigga name mentioned in this article. The same nigga I'm talking about. So how the fuck am I trying to be you? The nigga name was Jason. How the fuck am I trying to be you in the article say my name right? So I go over there and pull up on Jason like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? Jason called the police on me. So boom, I had to leave. They told me don't ever come back up there. Don't you know when I don't go up there, my daddy started going up there. One day I'm at the crib, we going through this shit. Me and my dad and my mama and I'm going through this shit because I'm trying to find out who my mama is. Because I'm like, tired of this shit. Why don't y'all, if y'all gonna just be this nasty, just let me know who I am. Let me get around somebody like me. Why would you, well, you can go ahead and go now. Giving me fake documents. They gave me fake documents for almost 38 years, bro. Always, the adoption agency closed. We can't find your paperwork for 38 years, bro. So anyway, make a long story short, back in like right before I left, my dad gonna tell me, oh yeah, Jason coming over here to do the floors. Bro, this nigga just called the police on me, bro. Told me get the fuck off his property. And this nigga gonna call, I said, he gonna come to the house that I grew up in, I live in. My dad right there. My dad gonna tell me, yeah, he coming to do our floor. I'm like, that's my enemy. I don't care, he my friend. If anybody gonna leave, it's gonna be you. That's the type of dad I had. He's still alive today. That's the type of dad that raised me. So my mama, oh yeah, he our friend. If anybody gonna leave, I'm like, bro, man, this nigga can't be in the same house together. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kill this nigga. He gonna tell me get the fuck off his property. He gonna shoot me all this shit, and you gonna let him in that house. They was like, yes. Bro, the police come. My people tell me to leave. They let this nigga do the floor, put me out, let this nigga, he ain't even no kin to them. Put me out, told me don't come back, let this nigga do the floor. My fucking enemy, bro. That's the type of parents that raised me. I leave, but check out how God work. I told them niggas, God gonna repay your ass, boy. You know it, nigga. I wouldn't even feel, nigga, I'm a gangster with this shit. I wouldn't even go around nobody that you fuck with. And he was like, yeah. I mean, niggas was clowning me. That's how, niggas was like, bro, your family ain't shit. Your dad ain't shit. They was like, man, I can disrespect his son and he'll pay me money. The joke on my dad, he think he doing something. Niggas laughing at me. That ain't show my loyalty. That's him. The niggas like, man, your dad ain't shit. He was like, man, we don't even know. It ain't even nobody around here. That's one thing niggas said. It ain't even nobody around here, daddy, who ain't shit like your dad. Your dad ain't shit. He'll let you. That's what everybody said. Man, your dad ain't shit. He'll let your enemy in the house. Nigga, kill everybody in the house. He think that's his friend. And nigga just getting money for it and telling everybody your dad ain't shit. That's the type of motherfucker dad I got. But look, this how God work. I said, fuck that shit. I got my shit. They my peoples got me evicted. The same day the letter came, the packet came with my birth mother's information, and same day I got an eviction notice from my people. They said, now that you know who your mama and them is, you can get the fuck out. When I opened the packet, my mother had been dead for 2 years. So they basically kicked me out. No family or nothing. Nobody. Yeah, I was like 40 years old, but I had only been in that house for like 2 or 3 years. And moved back in there. Anyway, yeah, so that was back in about 2013, 2014, something like that. But check out how God do. 3 years later, that same nigga who came in my house and laughed at me and told everybody I was a lame and my daddy won't shit, he don't fuck with me, and you know, he cooler with my daddy than I am. Somebody ran that nigga off the road and ran his fucking motorcycle into a tree. and broke his goddamn neck, and he died.